Drop a like to this video if you're a fan of Shark Tank. Hey there everyone, what's up and welcome back to another video on our channel. Over the years, Shark Tank has given entrepreneurs a platform to present their ventures to the sharks. However, not every idea has been up to the mark or even worth listening to. Combine these disappointing pitches with 12 dreary hours of shooting and the sharks get exhausted. Often this exhaustion takes physical and verbal forms. Let's look at the time the sharks got really pissed. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out. Alright, let's get to it. Number 9. Worst presentation ever. When it comes to the pitches that don't appeal to Mark Cuban, he has no filter. If you fail to appease him, boom, you're insulted on television. This pitch, where two men came to talk about the idea of Rolodoc, Mark Cuban seemed less and less interested as they started. Rolodoc was about bridging and revolutionizing the distance between a doctor and a patient. He told them off, got up, shook their hands, and said it was the worst pitch he had ever seen. Number 8. Wait, let me call Wozniak. Scottivest's Scott Jordan gave a terrible pitch. The arrogant man puts on a show of calling Steve Wozniak and discussing his options with him in front of the sharks. He then grew more and more aggressive, shouting at them. He even angered Robert, who usually remains very calm all the time. Just imagine how bad he had to be to do that. Even then, he had the audacity to tell them that they were all out. Number 7. I'm so out. There's no doubt that you have more of a chance to be rejected by Mark Cuban than any other sharks. I'd say go with as much preparation as you can because boy does Cuban corner you. Well, in this case, you can't argue against Cuban because not only was the pitch just plain bad, but the entrepreneurs avoided every question thrown at them regarding their sunscreen. The third time Cuban asked the same question and they dodged it, he threw his hands up in the air saying, "I'm out, I'm so out." Number 6. Calling out sleazy frauds. When Ryan Naylor strolled in to pitch the idea of his watch that would battle positive ions emitted from gadgets with negative ones, Cuban called him out instantly. He said that not only was Naylor lying about his invention, but Cuban had read reports which claimed no such technology existed. He further added that he was allergic to scams. Number 5. Mark versus Richard Branson. This pitch quickly turned bad, although Yoonhee Kim knew how to go about her way. Her lack of knowledge of the sharks and guest investors got her into trouble, and she was badly insulted by Damon and, yep, you guessed it, Cuban. Damon looked really furious with her while Mark called her a gold digger. On Shark Tank, a gold digger is a person who usually looks forward to publicizing their products rather than looking for an investment. Yoonhee was taken aback by Mark's comment, but then what Richard Branson did shocked them all. He threw water at Cuban, followed by laughter for insulting Yoonhee like that. Number 4. Tycoon. As you might have guessed that sometimes it takes just a glance for the sharks to decide if a product is worth it or not. It's like if you get off on the wrong foot, there's no right because it's too late. For Tycoon Real Estate, things went downhill the minute its entrepreneurs started pitching. I mean, you can also expect malicious comments from Mark and even Kevin, but not Lori. She called the whole thing irresponsible, scary, uncomfortable, and unfair. Aaron McDaniel walked away with O'Leary calling him a criminal and Cuban highly unimpressed with him. Number 3. Disagreements and divisions. Scully was unlike others on our list. Firstly, it secured a deal with 2 of the sharks, and secondly, it left the sharks arguing among themselves. It was a progressive application that would allow students to access scholarships by applying for it and securing it. Lori and Damon shook hands with co-founder Christopher Gray, but the minute he walked out, the sharks turned on each other. According to the others, this pitch was more towards the charity side than business, contrary to their show's theme, but Lori and Damon defended their side. Number 2. Cuban's outburst. Revo Lights was about lighting up the path of the bicyclists at night and avoiding any accidents. Impressed by this, it looked like it would land a deal surely, but Mark Cuban remained silent. As soon as the deal was about to close, he jumped in and called Frankovich's Revo Lights and his business plain crap. Although Frankovich handled it calmly, the deal had already slipped away. Number 1. Back off, Mr. Wonderful. Kevin O'Leary can be a bit much sometimes, let's face it. So when Manish Sethi came in with his Pavlok, the Sharks weren't really buying his pitch with the given lack of facts and scientific data. Even then, O'Leary decided to make him an offer, which Sethi boldly refused, saying he would take up anybody else's except Mr. Wonderful. He was met with a series of curses soon after. It's definitely scary approaching the Sharks when you see these failed deals, but sometimes you can't blame them. It's their money and they can use it however they want. This brings us to the end of our video, and we hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then let us know by liking the video. Stick around for more amazing content, as we will be seeing you soon.